All right, everybody. Thank you for being here today. This is the campus safety session, and it is the last session of the day. Thanks for sticking with us this long. My name's Levi. I won't be speaking today, but we have a panel of speakers that are going to touch on some different topics today. If you have any questions during the session, please post them in the public chat, and we will read them aloud and get to them as we can. And without further ado, Chief Ratchford, if it's all right, I'll start off with you.
Thank you, Levi, and welcome everyone to this afternoon session with the Campus Safety Title IX Emergency Services presentation. We appreciate you sticking with us for the entirety of the day. I want to tell you a little bit about the police department. I am Bob Ratchford. I'm Chief of Police here at the university, and we have both police officers and security officers. If you're out and about throughout the campus, you may notice both of them. The difference between the two is the police officers have the necessary and complete police authority to apprehend and arrest anyone involved in illegal activity on the campus and areas immediately adjacent to it. However, we do have the responsibility to help educate our students, and part of this responsibility is working to prevent crimes rather than simply responding to them. Part of being a police officer is engaging with the campus community, which we encourage greatly, so that the students learn police officers are here to support them and want to see them succeed. We are proud to be accredited by the Tennessee Association of Chiefs of Police, Law Enforcement Association. I've mentioned this in previous sessions, and I thought, well, folks may not know what accreditation actually is. Basically, it's a progressive way of helping law enforcement agencies calculate and improve their overall performances through the adoption of standards and best practices containing a clear statement of professional objectives. Now, we do partner with academic and other departments across campus, and you'll hear from some of those folks today during this session, from Safety and Risk Management, Student Affairs and Student Conduct, Title IX, and many others. We also work with various organizations and agencies beyond our campus, and we enjoy a great working relationship with the local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies in order to meet the needs of our campus community. Often, as I said, we not only have power of arrest, but we are mentors to the communities we serve. We do have full authority to enforce university policies and state laws. In doing so, officers for misdemeanor offenses, for example, we have full power, authority, and discretion to either counsel, issue a warning, refer someone to student affairs for judicial sanctions, issue a misdemeanor citation before Hamilton County General Sessions Court, or arrest. Should we become engaged with a student for a minor infraction, preferred action to be taken by the officers is a deferral. Should it involve a felony offense, we will make an arrest to proceed with prosecution through the justice system. Now, I want to give you a link as far as utc.edu/police. This is the police website. It can be found on the homepage here at the university, and I want to let you know just a few things that this includes in the link itself. It details some of the services that we provide, such as crime prevention, lost and found division, the Clarity Act, which requires publication of crime statistics and policies, critical incident information and methods of response, law enforcement related links, and the annual security and fire safety report. Now, some of the services that we do provide as the police agency up here is general preventative patrol. We're here 24/7, 365 days a year. We provide victim services. We do provide crime prevention training. We do provide assistance to motorists. Should you lock your keys in your car? Should your lights be left on? You come back, you have a dead battery. We're going to make sure that you are not stranded here at the university and you can go on about your business. So we will send an officer, should you give us a call, to your location to assist you in getting you on your way. We do provide security at university approved events, including athletic and arena events. We do criminal and administrative investigations. And like I said before, we do have a lost and found property division at the police department. Should you misplace something, please give us a call and we'll be glad to see if we have it in storage here. Now, I mentioned the annual security and fire safety report. This report contains crime statistics compiled from the current calendar year and the 2 previous calendar years. Now, we collect statistics of campus crimes, arrests, and deferrals, including those reported student conduct, Title IX coordinator, campus security authorities, and from the appropriate law enforcement agencies for non-campus properties, as well as public property within or immediately adjacent to UTC campus. Now, other information included the annual security report. We do provide information about campus emergencies and training provided to students, faculty, and staff. We do have a rape, aggression, defense program specifically for women that teaches you how to get out of a situation should you become, unfortunately, the victim of a crime of domestic relationship violence or sexual assault. Now, we do provide information in this ASR included about lockdowns, evacuations, seeking shelters. We provide information about the Tennessee state alcohol and narcotics laws, emergency preparedness, emergency plan development, and the university emergency notification system. Now, just a few crime prevention tips, which is good to keep in mind whether you're on campus, whether you have an apartment out in the community, or wherever. We want you to be sure whenever you leave, if you're even there, still there, if you're by yourself in your secluded area within your apartment or your home, your residence, please be sure and lock your apartment. Lock your personal residential room. If you have roommates, be sure and partner with roommates to ensure that you maintain control and know who is in and out of your apartment. And like I say, keep your apartment door unlocked. This goes with cars as well. Be sure and keep your car doors locked when you're either traveling down the road or when you're away from them for any moment of time. Now, one of the things that I've mentioned in the previous sessions also is not to abandon your property or leave it unattended. Probably 80%, 75 to 80% of things that are reported to us about lost or stolen property or property that may be left unattended. So be sure and keep your property with you. Now, I said lock your car, keep your valuables outside. Don't leave things laying in the seat. Don't leave a shopping list for any would-be thief to come by and just see what you have in your car that you might be able to break in and take. Keep them out of sight. Should you bring property up here to campus, be sure and list your property on a sheet of paper. Keep a separate list or keep a secondary list with a friend, a roommate, your family, whatever, off-site, to where should you become a victim of a crime, you can always contact us and let us know make, model, serial numbers. And we want you to list all this on a personal inventory sheet. Now, lastly, I do want you to report suspicious activity to the police department. Oftentimes, people are busy. I know they're thinking about a test, they're thinking about what's going on this weekend, they're thinking about the ball game or whatever. If you see suspicious activity on campus, please report to the police department. This could be somebody circling through the lot more than once. It could be somebody circling twice, 3, 4 times. They may be just searching for a car that may be unlocked or unsecured. Be sure and report this activity as well as anybody suspicious that you may see just walking down the road, peering into cars. Please contact us should you see any type of activity. We'll send an officer to check it out. Now, I mentioned contacting the police department. You say, well, how can I contact the police department? There's a variety of ways that you can contact the police department. If you're here on campus, you're walking around campus, you'll notice several emergency blue light phones. They're probably in a yellow call box with a blue light up on top of it. This says emergency, pretty easy to identify. All you have to do is push the button and it automatically rings up here at the dispatcher's office. It comes in as a 911 call. We will send somebody to your location to see what that emergency is. There are approximately 76 blue light phones throughout the campus, so they're scattered throughout the parking lots. So please, when you're up here, familiarize yourself with those. Now, there are some red phones, emergency 911 red phones in the classrooms throughout the campus as well. When you're in class, should there be an emergency? Should it be a critical incident? Should it be a medical emergency? Please feel free to pick up that red phone and dial 911. That will automatically ring up to the police department as well, and we'll have somebody en route to take care of whatever assistance may be needed. Now, if you are on campus, if you're calling from a landline, all you have to do is dial 911. It'll ring up to the police department. Off campus, if you want to contact the University Police Department, you will need to call 4357, which spells help, from any on-campus phone. That's 4357 from an on-campus phone. Off campus, you program this into your cell phone. You call 423-425-4357. That's 423-425-4357. And I see Levi's been gracious enough to post that in the chats also. So that's the ways to contact the police department. Feel free to come by and see us. We're located at 400 Palmetto Street, directly across the street from the Challenger Center in the Administrative Services Building that has the sign police on the front of it. So if you have any concerns or questions about your personal or property protection, we're here 24/7, 365. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Jean Marie Lawrence.
Thank you very much, Chief. Everyone, thank you for sticking with us today. I know it's been a long day for everyone, but we really do appreciate you joining us for this last session. My name is Jean Marie Lawrence. I am the Emergency Management Planner for Safety and Risk Management. We are the other half of emergency services at UTC. Before I get started on what we do, I'm going to share in the chat our website as well as our email address. Please check out our website, kind of get to know us a little bit more, and of course, ask questions today. But if you have questions afterwards or are uncomfortable posting in the chat, please feel free to email us. We check our safety email multiple times throughout the day, and we'll get back to you quickly. So safety and risk management works with many different agencies across the state to make sure that UTC is safe for faculty, staff, students, and visitors. We work with the fire marshal for fire safety, ensuring that all of our life safety systems are working across campus, and also coordinating fire drills with residence halls. We maintain laboratory and workplace safety, as well as environmental compliance through the EPA. And the risk management portion of our department makes sure that campus events have proper insurance, and also that nursing students that have to work in hospitals as part of their graduation requirements are also covered. And then we have my area of expertise within the department, which is emergency preparedness. And I am going to put another link in the chat here. This is for our UTC alert system. Please sign up for this if you haven't already. This is our text alert system where we will send you any information that you need to know on any disaster that is happening on campus, and what you need to do, what actions you need to take to stay safe. You can also sign 3 additional people up on your account. So if you have a parent, a sibling, or a spouse that you want to be aware of what is happening on campus, you can sign them up through your student account as well. Our department does do trainings for students as well. It is called the Safe Mox Training Series, and I'm going to post the link to some information on past trainings that we've done. We will send out training information in emails to let students know when we have trainings coming up. We conduct trainings on everything from tornado preparedness, winter weather. We partner with the police department to do active shooter civilian training. So we do offer a variety of opportunities for students to learn what they can do to be prepared on campus. If you are a student with a disability, we do have resources for you as well. We're also more than happy to work with you and any student to help you develop an individual emergency plan to make sure that you have what you need in place to be able to survive wherever you are if an emergency were to happen. And then last, I am going to pop into the chat some information that I'm sure everyone is always looking for, and that is our coronavirus webpage. We update this very frequently. It's got a great frequently asked questions section. So if you have questions on there, or think of something about the pandemic that you want information on, it is most likely already on that webpage. So please go ahead and check that out. And always contact our department anytime. We're located in the admin building along with the police department. Happy to have students come by and help you out in whatever way we can. So I know I've just thrown a lot of information at you, but I also know it's the end of the day. So I'm now going to pass things off to Stephanie Rowland to continue.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. My name is Stephanie Rowland. I am UTC's Title IX coordinator. Every university is required by federal law to have a Title IX coordinator. But what I do here at UTC is oversee the university's administrative response to incidents of sexual misconduct, relationship violence, and stalking. And I also oversee prevention education as well. So UTC's response to an incident of sexual misconduct, relationship violence, or stalking, once it's reported to my office, either through a mandatory reporter or directly by a student, faculty, or staff member, I will reach out and offer resources to the student or faculty or staff member affected, offer confidential resources, offer support, offer to meet with the person and help them or talk with them about filing a formal complaint. Investigations in student versus student incidents are conducted in the Office of Student Conduct, and supportive measures are a big part of what I do as Title IX coordinator as well. Supportive measures are for complainants and respondents. When I say complainant, I'm talking about the person who has reported experiencing sexual misconduct. The respondent is the alleged perpetrator. But supportive measures can be things like academic support, like class excuses, delayed exams. It could be emergency housing, a change in housing, work schedule changes, additional counseling sessions. There are a lot of different things that we do as supportive measures here at UTC. Where can I find more information? We have a lot of places you can get it. So the orientation video number 11 has more information about Title IX. Also, there is a Canvas course that you were sent out a couple of weeks ago called Title IX and Campus Safety that includes a lot more information about consent and confidential resources on our campus. Then we have sexual assault prevention for undergraduates. That is a module that was created by EverFi, that is an off-campus online module creator. And it has information, a lot of detailed information about our policy, again, about consent. There are some scenarios on there that will talk to students about consent and healthy relationships. That will be going out to every student sometime right around when classes start, August 17. Also, we have a prevention webpage, and you can see the web address there, utc.edu/sexual-misconduct. I will pop that address in the chat in just a second. And what can I expect in the fall? So watch your UTC email. And before I say that, or as I say that, I want to remind everybody that their mocs.utc.edu email, that is your official email. Please do check that at least one time per day. All of us will reach out to you via email. We may also reach out to you via cell phone if we need you urgently. So please do update your cell phone numbers in My MocsNet. You're going to go to self-service banner and update your cell phone. Sometimes students will use their parent's cell phone number or an old cell phone number when they apply, and that information is what we have in banner. So please do make sure that that is updated. So this fall, watch out in your UTC email for events like Consent and Healthy Relationships workshops, which will be conducted by the Center for Student Wellbeing. And you will also see contact information for me, for the Office of Student Conduct, for UTCPD, and for others on the back of every bathroom stall in most student services buildings and the academic buildings. So you'll be able to find our contact information if you need us. Here is my contact information. I am going to put that in the chat in just a second as well. And now I'm going to pass it off to Brett Fuchs.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're having a good day. I know you've heard this over and over again, probably endlessly today. I promise that I will be fairly quick and wrap it up, and we will answer any last-minute questions that you have for today's session. So just like others have done, I'm going to pop some resources into the chat real quick. So today I oversee a number of different areas. I serve as our Associate Dean of Students and oversee the Offices of Student Conduct and Student Outreach and Support, as well as our care team efforts here on campus. Talk briefly about the Office of Student Conduct. The Student Conduct Office and the Student Conduct System is our administrative process for dealing with alleged policy violations of the university's Code of Conduct and Honor Code. So anything that a student might have done wrong goes through our office. So that could be, again, anything on the academic side, so plagiarism or cheating, for example, or anything on the non-academic side. So if somebody was caught drinking, for example, in their residence hall, or somebody did something much more egregious, maybe a sexual assault occurred. So the Office of Student Conduct is in charge of investigating those cases. Those are all violations of our Student Code of Conduct. Any kind of policy or regulation that's also against the law is also against our code, as well as other university policies. So we manage and monitor anything that happens here on campus. It is not a civil or criminal process, and sometimes people confuse the two. So although the police department, for example, would refer criminal matters to our office for us to deal with, we are not a criminal process. The criminal process is separate, and students can also go through the criminal or civil process separate from that of the university. The process uses, again, formal investigative processes and procedures, and we also use what's called the preponderance of the evidence standard. So, for example, we use a different standard than the criminal court system. So in a criminal court, they use beyond a reasonable doubt, 99% chance that something happened. In our system, we use preponderance of the evidence, so 50% in a feather that something happened. In addition to overseeing all of those processes, the Office of Student Conduct's main goal is really to help keep people safe and healthy here on campus. That's all of our goals here today. All the people that you're hearing from on this chat in particular are here for your safety. We want to make sure that policies are followed, and when they're not, we want to make sure that we educate folks and that we respond to them appropriately to remedy the situation, to make the campus environment as safe and welcoming as it can for all of you all. So in addition to overseeing those processes and working through those processes, as others have talked about that we do in connection with them, we also integrate with the other offices. So with Ms. Rowland, we investigate and adjudicate any violations of the Title IX policy. With Ms. Lawrence, we work with her to ensure students are taken care of while we're working on preparation plans for campus emergencies, as well as to make sure students are taken care of when campus emergencies are occurring. And then we work with Chief Ratchford to support police investigations, as well as investigate and adjudicate any violations of university policy, which are also violations of state, local, or federal law for that matter. All right, I won't keep talking at you. I just have a couple of quick things before you go. Number one, if you haven't done so already, I know Chief Ratchford said it, but take out your phone and type in the UTC Police Department phone number. Add it as UTC Police, UTC Emergency, whatever you're going to remember. And again, that number is 423-425-4357. Levi just dropped it in the chat again, 423-425-4357. Make sure that's in your phone 24 hours a day. We have a police dispatcher there who can help take care of you, can answer any questions that you may have, and if they're not the right resource, they'll get you to the appropriate resource. The second thing, as Ms. Lawrence told you, is if you haven't signed up already, make sure you go to utc.edu/alerts and sign up for the UTC alert system. We want to make sure that we can get you in case of an emergency. So let's say there's a tornado coming, we're going to send you an alert. If we had an active shooter on campus, we're going to send you an alert. Any type of major campus emergency, we want to make sure we can get to you instantaneously, and that's the way we do so. As Ms. Rowland talked about, our primary way of communicating with you is through email. So make sure you're checking your UTC email at least once a day, if not more. All of you, I'm sure, have a smartphone, and if not, you should have a laptop or some other way to contact or connect to the internet. You can do that here on campus. We hope you can do that from home. So make sure you're checking that email, because we're going to send you things. They could be something important, so something important from us, like you have to come and meet with us because we learned that maybe you're the victim of a crime, may have evidence to an incident that's happened, or it could be something from a faculty member. Hey, class is canceled tomorrow, or here's more information about a campus activity. It's really important that you read all those emails and that you do so, again, at least once a day. And that's only going to go to your primary UTC email, which is your UTC ID at mox.utc.edu. It is a Gmail account, so it has lots of different features. Again, make sure you're checking that. And then lastly, make sure you update your cell phone number in our MyMox system. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you log into MyMoxNet, mymoxnet.utc.edu. Go to self-service banner and make sure we have the most up-to-date cell phone number for you on file. Again, if it's urgent and we need to get in touch with you, you're not responding an email, we'd much rather call you than call your parents. If we call your parents, they're going to freak out and think something's wrong. And sometimes it's something like maybe something fell and it hit your car, and we want to make sure we can get you that information. Or maybe it's more urgent. Maybe something's going on. We want to make sure we can get in touch with you and share that information or ask you those questions. So it's really important that we have a good updated phone number for you at all times. With that said, again, it's a lot of information. All of us have said it. We know you've been getting it all day. We're happy to answer any questions that you may have before you go, whether it be from this session or not. And otherwise, we will let you go after that. So we'll leave it open. Feel free to open your mic to ask questions or pop it in the chat. Otherwise, I'll turn it over to Levi.
While y'all are doing that or thinking of questions, just a few thoughts before you leave. If you guys want to save the text information that's been posted in the chat, you can do that by clicking the 3 buttons that's next to the dialog box. It'll give you the option to save it as a text file that you can access later. Also, if you have any other questions that you might think of tomorrow or later today, this session is happening again tomorrow and again, I believe, on Friday, all at the same time. So if you'd rather ask it live and in person, feel free to come back at the same time. And if there's no other questions, which it looks like there's not, I'll end it. Thank you all for being here. Y'all have a nice day.